Does PEMF therapy really work? This is a question I often get asked. Hi, John Tonsbeek here, and today I'd like to share with you one of the best video testimonials I have produced thus far. As proof that PEMF therapy really works, after one of my clients experienced a successful recovery from a failed knee replacement surgery with the IMRS PEMF therapy device. Now, Ken is a 74-year-old grandfather from Brisbane that found himself bedridden, utterly depressed, and drugged up to his eyeballs with morphine to address his excruciating pain after knee replacement surgery had gone horribly wrong. To Ken, life appeared to be over as he found himself now in this terrible, depressed and painful condition, still 8 weeks after his knee replacement surgery, with no real improvement in sight. His surgeon wanted to operate again, but because Ken had spent 3 days in intensive care unit already, due to suffering blood clots in his lung after the first operation, he didn't wish to risk his life with a second one. His wife Sue finally convinced him that he should try PEMF therapy instead, as a last resort. Now, I know that PEMF therapy works because I've been using it for the past 20 years myself to slow down the aging process in my body, overcome pain, and to retain my health as a now 73-year-old. But when I first saw Ken's knee, even I had my doubts that I could help Ken with PEMF therapy. Now, here's Ken's very impressive testimonial.
Hey Ken, you suffered a major complication with your knee replacement operation. Just tell me about what happened.
Yeah, look, 8 weeks into the procedure, I was bedridden, depressed. I could see no light at the end of the tunnel, and I was drugged to the eyeballs with all the morphine and that they'd been giving me. Fortunately, my wife went to a conference in Canberra, and the PEMF machine was displayed at the conference. She was interested in it and brought the details home, and within a week we were satisfied after research that we should hire a machine and see what benefit it could provide for my condition.
Yeah, a couple of days before I went to the conference, we went to the specialist, and the specialist took one look at Ken's knee and just said, "Oh dear, looks like we'll have to operate again. I'm going away for a month, so when I come back, I'll have to clean that knee up." That didn't sound like a good plan to me, given all the clots and all the other problems he'd had after the first operation. So when I saw the PEMF at the conference, I thought, we've got to give it a go.
He ended up in intensive care, didn't he, Ken?
Yes, he spent 3 days in intensive care, and I believe it was the clot that went to his lung, but we'll never know the truth about that one.
So what is the progress of Ken over the 4 weeks using PEMF therapy when he hired my machine?
Well, it was pretty amazing. The first treatment that you gave him when we picked the machine up, when he arrived in pain, and the pain probably halved through the treatment. A week later, he was able to drive himself down to the doctor. Pain had decreased quite dramatically. By the second week, he was off all painkillers apart from Panadol.
This is after the second week?
Yeah.
Because I was getting so close back to good mobility, and I could see that living a normal life was not far away.
Yeah, I remember how you came to my office. When I saw your knee the first time, I couldn't believe it. And I didn't think I could help you with PEMF therapy. You didn't believe it either, right?
Well, we had to give it a go, and it was a tall order for it to do something for me, but knowing what it did for me and knowing what's done for other people since, it's an amazing process.
Yeah. Week 3 we went back to the specialist for him to have a look again, and he took one look at the knee and went, "Goodness, that's looking a lot better." And I said, "Yes, would you like to know what we're doing?" And I gave him a brochure and said, "I think you should look at this." I said, this has turned everything around." And he sort of grinned a little bit and said, "Oh, well, just keep doing what you're doing and come back in another month. There'll still be time for me to operate." After week 3, when we were going into the specialist, I hadn't seen this, but all of a sudden Ken picked his crutches up and held them above his head and walked in unaided.
And would you recommend PMF, the IMRS PMF system, to anybody else after your experience?
Look, I'd have no option but to recommend it to other people. I mean, I saw myself go from being bedridden and depressed to mobile and energetic in 4 weeks.